welcome to some more Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin. Today we have the Group 3 cars around Blue Moon Bay Raceway. And as usual, when you get some Group 3 cars around this track, it could turn dirty at any given moment. And well, I think y'all saw the field at the start there, and y'all may have noticed the trend. So yeah, we're going into this race with hopes high and expectations sort of kind of low. And it's already starting, folks. It's already starting, folks. Whatever, though. It's the beginning of the race. I can come back from that. I am in a draft, though, and really nobody's lost a draft yet, so I guess I'll just draft off the Volkswagens, and I have the top speed advantage, so once I'm above 190, I'll be gaining on them. And we'll see if I can end up making the pass done to get back to where I should be right now. We'll just have to see, folks. We'll just have to see. I don't think it'll be all that much of a problem if I want to pass the driver directly in front of me, but the next driver up might be a bit of a problem. And I do have the momentum, though, so I think if I'm going to do something, I probably need to do it quick while I have the momentum, because it's harder to wreck someone with momentum than you, because, well, they're going faster, it's plain and simple. And I do have enough momentum to get around one drive. Well, Jiminy Cricket, no, I don't. Well, that outside line's definitely fast, and the inside line ain't bad either, so at least this track is good now to run all the lines. And, yeah, it looks like us two in general ain't really gaining all that much on the driver ahead of us two, and now that the third driver wanted to join too, and he's, like Slap Train says, just a tap. I've said that before in other videos, but just a tap seems to be becoming sort of a trend too. But just a tap don't affect me any, so I don't really care. And I'm starting to somehow lose ground on them. Jiminy Cricket, I didn't really do anything wrong there, and it still seems like I'm losing time. Those Volkswagens are definitely fast, folks, but once I get up to a higher speed, I should, in theory, gain on them. I'd hope I gain on them. But as of now, it's a 4C gaining on me, so we got a Mopar battle shaping up here, folks. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just prefer this to be a battle for a little bit higher position right yonder. And I'll see if this fellow Mopar help with drafting. I don't really know. The 4Cs are good all around here, and the SLSs are good all around here, but really neither one of our cars has a sheer 100% advantage anywhere. We have good straightaway on the Volkswagens, but then you have the WRXs that are a little bit better, and we have good handling, but then the Volkswagens are a little bit better, so good all around, but ain't necessarily the best anywhere for both of our cars, but they're still pretty cop-picky good nonetheless. They ain't really bad anywhere either. And that sort of just shows in the positions that we are. We haven't really gained or lost much, really all we've gained is sort of on each other, really, but we are starting to gain a general pack now working together. So that's good. Guess what that means, folks? If you work together and are nice to each other, you gain time. If you wreck each other, you lose time. So guess what that means, folks? Don't wreck each other and you have a better chance of winning the race. It's so brilliant. It's so brilliant. I know the vast, vast majority of y'all know this, but there is one driver who doesn't seem to get that concept. As of now, though, concept or not, there's really no concept to this. I just need to gain spots. There's really no other thought than that, because I ain't necessarily doing the best right now, but I see a whole heck of a heap of opportunities to gain spots ahead. So if any one driver messes up ahead, that'll gain me quite a few spots. And really, this is a whole heck of a heap of big gaggle of cars right yonder. So if there's a mess up near the front, that could create another big one like we've seen in another race before. I just hope this time if there's a big one, it doesn't avoid me. And in theory, it shouldn't avoid me because I'm inadvertently taking a NASCAR strategy to stay at the tail end of the longest line and still be in the draft, but away from the main action, so if there's a wreck, you have time to avoid it. I don't necessarily want to be taking this strategy. I always want to be as high up as possible, no matter what the situation is. But lo and behold, I'm here nonetheless, so I guess if there is a big wreck, I should be able to avoid it in theory. But we'll just have to see, as always. no matter what the situation is, that generally doesn't change. We'll just have to see. That's true in really any racing simulation that I can think of, folks. It ain't over till it's over, and it ain't over necessarily all that quick, folks. There's still a good chunk of racing left. And I haven't really gained anything yet either, but I haven't really lost anything yet either, but I need to start gaining some stuff. But this seems like a prime opportunity too. Got a little bit of run on the Volkswagen. I'll definitely have the top speed on the Volkswagen, so let's see if I can get one pass done here. I got the inside line, which should gain me some time around the turn itself, but he should gain time back on the straightaway, and does. Volkswagen's really handled too good to be able to pass around the turn, so if I'm going to want to make a pass, I'm going to have to do it completely on the straightaway, not just get alongside them. I'm going to have to get around them, and that's easier said than done, folks. I will definitely try, though, and that's really all I can do at this point. I got a car relatively behind me, but I don't think it's close enough to draft. I mean, we'll see around this turn. If he gets a whole heck of a heap of run, maybe, but probably not. I think I'm going to have to do all the drafting for myself here, just sort of help myself out and hope it's enough. Maybe, just maybe, again, somebody up front can mess up, but I think that's being sort of generous, folks. I think that's being sort of kind of generous. I don't exactly see that happening anytime. Never mind, folks. Never mind. There you go. That helps some. Jiminy Cricket. Was that just windfire? Jiminy Cricket. This is the one and only time you're going to see this, folks. Enjoy it. And, yeah, that's probably going to be gone as soon as it came, but... I highly doubt that was Windfire's fault. I don't know whose fault that it is, and I guess it ain't polite to guess, but I bet if I did guess, I'd guess correctly. But anyway, Windfire's back gone anyway, and that's fine. I wasn't really expecting to beat Windfire, and I probably should never beat Windfire at a track like this, or a lot of tracks in general, honestly. And, I can't really complain. You notice who you don't see in this stop gaggle? Yeah, I can't really complain. At least I'm ahead of that one driver. And overall, I did actually gain a little bit through all that chaos there that I actually did avoid. So my inadvertent strategy actually helped out. So I don't really want to say this up front, but Gene Bruno slowing me down at the start of the race didn't exactly hurt me all in all, because I gained it back. I ain't going to say if he didn't slow me down that I would have been involved in that wreck, because who knows? I still would have rather been able to run my own lines and not been messed up at the beginning. But nonetheless, it definitely worked a whole heck of a heap better for me than it did for Bruno there, so I can't really complain too much there. Because I'd much rather be in the position I am than that position. That's for sure, folks. That's for sure. Yeehaw!